Shadowcoast here, and welcome back. In this episode, we will complete an aspiring merchant and then run a peculiar alliance mission. We are in the village of King Ulan, and we're closing out an aspiring merchant quest. So let's grab some loot as we go around here before talking to him. Don't mind if I do. Tracker's tunic. So we're going to speed through this. We're going to talk about the merchant and let him know he's set up. He's happy. He gives us 1600 XP. This gets us level 7. And we're going to accept to help him because he wants to make peace with Hikmet, which is the Bridge Alliance main city. So we're going to have to go to head over there and talk to the city officials. Now we haven't actually gone to the Bridge Alliance yet, but we will. Now if you come over here, you can actually quick travel over to the region of Hikmet, which is awesome. We're gonna load here. As we're gonna load, we're gonna do a little crafting because I haven't done this yet. So we're wearing the Coin Guard gear. But we're gonna put on, we're gonna put on the blue silver soldiers gear, so we kind of max out lock picking because now we should be at +3. So our region is loaded. We do have skill points to burn, which we will eventually review and use. So here we're gonna have to run all the way up there, which takes a little bit of a trek. We're going to try to ignore people on the way because we can pick up additional quests to do. I'm trying to break this down so we focus on one quest at a time. So this guy's going to stop us and ask what the business is. So we tell him nothing out of the ordinary is going on. And we have discovered the outpost. So they're people to talk to down here, quests to be had, but we will explore those in different episodes. We're going to run and talk to the ambassador. Now, one thing you're going to notice here is that as we approach, Siora is going to make a comment that she's not too happy with the Bridge Alliance. Set up your camp there. That's 1 out of 2 in this general region, which will be important. So Siora and her people are at war with the Bridge Alliance. The Bridge Alliance have really kind of pissed off the natives by killing them and fighting with them, which has caused a lot of anxiety and trouble.
Halt.
So we're presenting ourselves as the legate, and they're going to let us in. So this is the city of Hikmet. A lot of things to explore. There is a merchant we just ran by. We're heading right over to the governor's office because we are focused on a peculiar alliance, seeing if we can help out the two groups.
We are at war.
See?
I'm not certain that I can remain calm if I see such a man.
So because of that, we probably want to swap Siora out with Vasco. If you're interested in seeing what happens if she does stick around, feel free to. So we're just going to head in here, our accommodations, and talk to Vasco to change up our party. So Siora, we'll miss you on this one, but we'll add her back in just so we get the native language thing going for us a little bit later. We're gonna run up here. The setup is very similar to our governor's palace. I think it's the exact same actually.
Your Excellence.
So we're going to introduce ourselves and ask about the Malachor, and he says that he can't help us unless we help him,
The natives attacked us by
and
surprise.
help, basically help with the native attack.
You would like me to lend
I've been watching The Flash, so that's why I said meta. Talk to the captain of the outpost. So this triggers another question, which we'll cover at a later date. We want to speak to him about Ulan and how he wants to make peace and trade. So
I thank you.
the governor actually thinks it's a great idea, and we're gonna have to go give permission to a merchant. So Ulan actually sent a merchant that the coin guard did not let into their city. So this merchant is sitting outside the city, and we are to go help him, with the patent and get into the city. So we are going to do that. Now, one thing I recommend you do is swap out Vasco or Kurt for Siora. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk to Siora. So remove Vasco, add in Siora, which is great. And then we're going to do something else, guys. We're going to head over to the merchant and see if we can buy a cape. So I recommend you buy a cape as soon as possible.
You're excellent.
We've waited a little bit. So we're going to buy, and let's see. Yeah, Gunnar's cape. So it's not a great cape, but it gives us +1 charisma, which is always important. So look at that. Love the addition of the cape. Make sure you check in with merchants and see what different capes you can grab. We now have +1 charisma, which is important. So gear is very important in this game. It really fundamentally opens up and changes opportunities you're going to have. So we're going to go to the outpost camp, so we just don't have to run all the way here. Makes it a lot faster. And we are going to skip talking to the outpost commander, because that's going to trigger a completely different chain of events. We're going to say focus on a peculiar alliance and complete that. So let's run over here and not trigger it. And find this merchant that Ulan sent to see if we can help him get set up in the city. So he's actually out here on the left. And we found him, but he looks like he's in trouble.
Please, help me. Just keep walking. Have mercy.
So these other guys are the ones they're fighting with. Now, we can use intuition or charisma. We added the cape, so why not go for charisma? And it was successful. So I have 0 charisma except for the cape, so if you want to go that route without bloodshed, you can definitely do that. Now intuition might work too, if you want to scare him off. But we're trying to make nice with everyone. So we've completed giving him the accreditation, but we have to go back to Ulan. So this is actually a relatively longer quest than I originally anticipated the first time I played it. So we're gonna head back to Ulan. Can do that by running over here and traveling to the region. So we're gonna head over to here, and we're gonna do the village. Now one thing I just want to check is I didn't actually look here for capes. They have way more capes. Should have probably gone with a merchant cape, but that's okay. I like this kind of lion looking thing. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Ulan and see what's what.
Ulan.
The emissary from the Bridge Alliance has made it there, and they want us to wait outside for 1 hour 59 minutes. Basically, they're gonna talk. So to do that and pass time, we're actually gonna run up over here. Now, I thought all quests weren't time sensitive. In this one, we're actually some parts are. So this part is not. So you can wait here until dawn, which is about 4 hours, and go back and talk to him to see how the meeting went. Another part of this quest is time sensitive, so you don't want to actually wait at the camp, and I'll point that out. So that's important to note. So we're gonna go talk to them again.
So, really?
They reached an agreement, which is great, but there's another chief, Muldoon, who they are gonna need to get on board to make sure that the paths are safe for merchants to travel. So we're gonna try to broker a deal with this other guy, Ulan Mordoon, and on the map he's all the way up here. So we're gonna try to travel over to that area. Fortunately, we can't fast travel. Now, I recommend you take on this quest because it's going to open up a lot of the outer area of Hikmet, and there are different monsters and other missions. There's skill shrines and a bunch of other cool stuff you're going to encounter. So be sure to take on this quest. We are kind of running. We have to maybe hang a right, I think. Gonna, yeah, run back up here. Now, we need to get to this travel point option, and there are actually two ways to do it. If you have enough vigor, I think you can climb this wall. But let me see. Yeah, vigor level 3. It's a lot of vigor. We have 0. Right now we're wearing a torso piece that gives us lock picking, just for fun. So you have to run around this way. There are a few beasties to take out, but that's okay. You can make short work of them. Do stasis. One of them. And then we're gonna furious attack. Not bad. Make sure you loot all the leather and other goods from them. You can use those to craft and do a bunch of other stuff. Make stuff, which is important. So you run around here. There is another group that you have to take out. Again, not too bad. I'm gonna kind of run up to them and lay an elemental trap. Actually, I'm not, because the timing wasn't quite right. I do think I need instant trap setting. Because I'm, you know what, screw it. Let's just jump in there. So stasis this guy. And then we're gonna turn. Firearm him. Knock him down, take him out, make short work. Now if you had Vigor 3, you could just climb up and avoid these two fights. These guys aren't that difficult. Just make sure you don't accidentally run into them. That's the real challenge. And then you can go, if you would come down that path over there and avoid the fight. So we're gonna try to meet Mordoon. Now you can see here Vasco and Kurt have exclamation points over their head. That's because they want to give you quests. So make sure you talk to them at some point. We'll cover that in a different episode. Again, we're on a peculiar alliance specifically. And then here, we're going to want to run over to the left. But before we do, there's some stuff I want to show you and call out. So the first piece is there are more. Oh yeah, they're up here. So more beasts to take on. Trying to slow this guy down by stasising. And Kurt just ignores the stasis and goes for it. Alright, Sewer is pretty awesome. So is Kurt. Make sure you also upgrade their weapons. That's important too. So don't forget to do that. So one thing here, you see that little smoke thing? That this is a potential camp. Make sure you set up camp here. It'll be a very important camp, especially for beast hunting here, which you'll see a little later. So this is a Smoldering River camp. Set up camp there. And then the way we get to Woldon is we actually have to kind of come up and around, or down and around, excuse me, from there. There is a water beast down there. That's the first monster, but check out that episode. I'll probably link it to the end of this video if you're interested in jumping to it. So look at this. The beasts are subtly changing, right, depending on where we are in the region. So you can see here these guys look a lot different. We're gonna try to set a trap that hopefully they all run into. And they have. And we're gonna now one thing we do is if we get like pushed too far out, their health resets, so you want to make sure you fight in kind of the region. And these guys have like fairly high armor, so you know, one thing I'm going to want to do here is actually switch to my ancient cavalry saber, which does a lot more armor damage. You can see there minus 11. So we've broken through their armor. And with Beast, parrying isn't as effective, so you're going to want to dodge. You can see I got knocked down even though I tried to parry, so I'm just going to show again. So make sure you have some armor penetration. Ooh, Kurt had 2 on him. Let's knock this guy down. Don't worry, Kurt. Over there. Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to make sure that you have armor penetrating gear, or using magic, which ignores armor. So we had crude iron ore there, which you will need later on for crafting different materials. So once you make short work of these guys, that took a little longer than expected, you actually curve around here to the left. You can see to get to Mordoon. Getting some plant and wildlife. There's a camp area up here, so make sure you run up here and lay out the second of 5 camps in this area. And this camp is called the Vigelsab camp. The reason you want to lay out all the camps too is they're going to help with fast travel, and they're part of the Corsileone mission. So this is Mordoon's village of Vigelsab. So run through here and hang a right. Notice how they have kind of beasties helping them out. They've tamed a few of them. And I just ran the wrong way. You can go up here to the left. And then he's over in here.
What?
So we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna talk about the alliance and understand. So we can let Siora speak, or we can use charisma. The option's yours. We're gonna let Siora speak so you guys can see what that looks like.
Mordoon, you know me. I know the cost of war. My village has paid for it dearly. But do you not think that this is a time we made peace? Or at least a time we listen to what Ulan and the emissary have to say?
If your mother could see you, daughter of Bloodmead, how can you defend the Renaigse?
So that didn't quite work. So I do recommend that you put on your cape with charisma and try that.
I have met with, and yet you are refusing.
Having this man would convince.
So that did not work either. So you need 100%, I think.
I understand your reluctance, Mordoon. People from the continent, yet I promise you it is just. If what they offer you does not suit you, you will be free.
Are you willing to swear on the name of...
Yes, I swear.
So at the end, we ended up having to swear, and he finally agrees. So we had some failed.
To talk to people. I never thought you would be able to convince Mordoon. His anger towards the Renaigse is so strong.
I recommend fast traveling. And don't worry, we will pick up Kurt and Vasquez's quest in short order. But the cape is key. Definitely pick up a cape early. Get that charisma, even though we did fail that time.
Mordoon is...
You deal, of course.
It is
In that case.
Yes. Come back to see.
Ulan is acting strangely.
We should go to Lan Ristal to make sure we're not...
And if we want to see this encounter...
So it says we have 5 hours and 59 minutes to attend the negotiations. So they're not that far away. They're up here in this region. Do not camp. Make sure that you have an hour to run there. So time matters. If you wait, you're gonna miss the negotiations. It's not like it triggers the wait after you hit the time. What I recommend is forget about the campfire. Don't wait. Just run straight there immediately. And you're gonna see why here in a second. Because it does kind of change the outcome. Where if you wait and you miss the negotiation, then you don't get to see what really happened at the negotiation, versus running straight there immediately. So we are running here. You have to kind of run up and around. It's that little region in a previous episode I said that you would need to explore, so we are now exploring it. And look at that. People are fighting. It looks like they laid a trap. A trap for Mordoon. So that's why they look so weird.
Mordoon is being attacked. Let's go.
Now I'm gonna actually put on my alchemist thing. They don't have that much armor. So we're trying to save Mordoon. We swore on our honor that it would be okay. So let's try to save him. Looks so poorly on us. This guy looks to be a little stuck.
Adloredar, you kept your promise.
But
My men, I will have...
I'm sorry, Mordoon.
You were deceived. Farewell.
we got deceived. He's not going to hold us against us. We got +1 reputation with natives, but that sucked. You know, I thought we could potentially have a peace treaty. So we're going to go speak to Ulan. The quest is not over. I don't know about you guys, but I am pissed. I gave my word. And the Bridge Alliance, as well as Ulan, made me look really, really bad. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. So, run back to Ulan. We're going to head back to him. Give him a piece of our mind. And let's see what options we have. Can we try to slaughter the village to make up for it? Or do we let it stand? We will find out here shortly. Do like the capes and the customization. They've done a really good job. The biggest thing that I've noticed with gear and kind of the talent points is that it fundamentally changes how you can tackle quests, right? If we had higher charisma, we could have used charisma rather than having to swear on our honor to convince Mordoon. You know, if you have lock picking that lets you open different, not only lock chests, but, you know, pick locks on doors. If you have science, you can blow through walls. All that stuff's cool, and the nice thing is the crafting system supports it. You can add different attributes to gain it. So let's talk to Ulan.
Mordoon, he would have ended. We had to
by lying.
I am sorry. I understand. You are now anything else.
So natives +4, so we have now at nice. So a reward was put in your chest at your campfire.
Nothing.
So we completed a peculiar alliance. I want you guys to see what the reward is. We got to level 8, so we now have 4 skill points outstanding and 1 attribute point. So we're going to want to use that pretty soon. More importantly though, because we leveled up, if you looked at my tips and tricks, especially early game, make sure you check your chest because rewards are put in it. So let's check it out. And let's see what was put in there. Tiered robe was put in there. And we can tell because this is the native symbol, the little swirly thingy. And you can see that it's a pretty awesome piece of armor. Really good with poison resistant. I would definitely complete this quest before you take on the first monster, and you're going to see why. So we're going to take this and keep it in our inventory. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some other stuff. Obsidian Axe, we actually picked that up by a skill point shrine that we're going to need. And then I'm just going to kind of go through. We don't need to carry all these Warren Guard doublets. Priest robes, sailor's coat. So we're gonna put some of the stuff away in there and then either decommission it. We're just freeing up weight so we can carry other stuff. Let's see, even priest, I take that back. Priest boots give us poison resistance, so we're going to keep those because the first monster that we're going to hunt deals poison. Hopefully you guys found this helpful. One thing I do recommend is as you look at gear, here we're going to look at the tiered robe. We're going to do a few things here. First, we're going to double down on, we could do armor. Where is it? I like the steel spalders. We're going to upgrade. Then we're going to add in engraved. We don't have crude iron ore yet. And then here, we don't need lock picking. What we want is vigor. So we're going to add in vigor to increase how much we can carry. And then when we place this on, this is more just demonstrating what you can do. You can see here that +1 vigor gives us now 300 weight to carry. And we look pretty badass. We'll do some monster hunting in the next episode. Thanks for watching and catch us in the next one.